Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. I'm here to give my Imola Grand Prix qualifying observations and review. And before we get into my qualifying observations, I would like to give my overall thoughts on the free practice session and the qualifying session. Well, it was nearly impossible for the drivers to tie in a good lap together, with a lot of drivers spinning out and crashing out of the session. It was a pretty chaotic free practice session. With the extension of the gravel traps into the runoff, they now act as the new track limits, making the sessions more thrilling to watch as mistakes were instantly getting penalized on track. And now with that out of the way, let's get into my qualifying observations. Alonso's shocker. As I mentioned before, a lot of drivers were struggling to tie in a good lap together, and one of those drivers was Fernando Alonso. With Fernando Alonso not being particularly happy with the car's dynamics, with him crashing out at the final practice session, the driver did not grow into the car as he ran wide into the gravel trap in the qualifying session as well. Failing to put down a good lap, he got knocked out in Q1, only qualifying P20 for the race start tomorrow. Aston Martin would be particularly very disappointed with his performance, as the team had brought a big upgrade package to the car, hoping to score a handful of points here at Imola. The upgrades don't seem to have made the car quicker, but in contrast it seemed to have made the car slower, just like how it was in 2023. The car was skittish and it was sliding as it went through corners. With the team having 3 practice sessions to run data and to dial in the setup of the car, I don't think this poor performance was down to going down a wrong direction with the setup. Are Red Bull slow with the new upgrades? Red Bull has also brought a pretty sizable upgrade package, with the floor of the RB20 looking more integrated now than before. It seemed like Red Bull could take the lead again after the disaster of the Miami Grand Prix, but in contrast, Red Bull seems to be slower than both Ferrari and McLaren even with the new upgrades. I mean, forget about being slow, the car seems to be a bit of a handful while going through corners, with both the drivers struggling with it. And Max only took pole position for the Imola Grand Prix by taking a huge slipstream effect from Hulkenberg at the start of his final push lap. I think Max is slightly behind McLaren in terms of raw pace. With Sergio Perez failing to make it into Q3, the team clearly has a lot of work to do to see what's causing the performance deficiency even with the upgrades. Checo also has a big task at hand with starting P11 for tomorrow at a track where the race start can be pretty chaotic when you're in middle of the pack. He has to get a clean start and has to make his way through the field to at least finish in the top 5. Are McLaren faster than Ferrari? I mean, McLaren are genuinely quicker at Imola, quicker than Red Bull, but surprisingly they are even quicker than the Evo spec of Ferrari. Without the slipstream that Max caught off of Hulkenberg, McLaren could have got a front row lockout for the Imola Grand Prix race, with Oscar and Lando just being a 10th behind Max. So tomorrow could be a very interesting race, with McLaren being quicker than both Ferrari and Red Bull. Though I still wonder if Ferrari could come alive in the race just like how it has been this season so far. I mean, the SF24 seems like more of a race car than a quali car. So yeah, we could be on course for a very exciting race for tomorrow, and I'm excited for that. RB is right up there. RB looks pacey at Imola, with Tsunoda and Ricciardo both making it into the top 10. Qualifying P7 and P10, the team could clearly outscore the team that they have in sight right now, which is Aston Martin. With Aston Martin struggling with their car even with the upgrades, RB could further eat into the lead of Aston Martin while leaving this weekend. So let's see how the V-Carb car performs in the race tomorrow. So yes guys, these are my qualifying observations of the Imola Grand Prix, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and let me know down in the comments on what were your thoughts on the qualifying session and what you thought of the Imola Grand Prix weekend so far, and how do you think the fight for the race win tomorrow would transpire. Leave it down in the comments. With that being said, subscribe to the Rendmaster channel if you haven't already, and also hit that bell icon while you're at it so you get notified whenever I upload a brand new video. And until next time, it's me Vinesh from Rendmaster, and I'm out. Love you guys, stay safe. Peace.